What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Ernsky, and today I'm here with another video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the mindset of a student Buddha. So, today, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of being a Buddha, all right? And a couple negatives as well, because there's no light without dark and no dark without light, okay? First things first is the Buddha comes to you. This isn't something that you can just see on the internet and you can just portray. This is something that comes deep within, and you already having a resume to apply for this. Now, what do I mean by that? Is you have to be already working on yourself to become a Buddha. You can't be a Buddha, then try to work on yourself. You know, it's like the most disciplined people should apply for Buddha. Now, Buddha isn't a religion. It's something that you just follow. Buddha is the enlightened one, all right? Now, the enlightened one, this means that this individual, because they talk about one specific Buddha that was a prince and that became a Buddha, but there was already Buddhists in the past that already reached enlightenment. He was just one, okay? And what the Buddha means is you surpass all human desires and you reach enlightenment. Now, with enlightenment, you are no longer attached to the physical body and its cravings, okay? And you have a deep understanding of yourself and reality. Now, I will get the biggest pro for me is it gave me the understanding that there is no rules. Okay. Now, what comes with rules? Rules, it begins to divide individuals. It brings mask on people to fit into the rules. Okay. I will give you a couple examples, right? One, the biggest rule that there is killing is a bad thing. Okay. Now, to a student to a Buddha, I would say that let's look at a spider. Okay, now when a spider kills a fly, do we sit there and point at the spider and say you're a bad individual for killing that fly? You know, you would say, oh no, that's just nature. You know, let's look at this, right? Let's see Hitler. Okay, as we know in America, Hitler is a bad individual. He killed Jews. He's trying to take over the planet. Okay, that's what we know as Americans. But in Germany, they have a different view on him. They was worshiping him. They call him their leader, and he's doing the right thing. So who is right and who is wrong? There is no such thing as right and wrong. There is people that have an opinion on something, and there's people that agree and disagree. So what does that mean for the individual? That means to be yourself. Okay? It doesn't matter what any other people think. It's about you truly being yourself. People are going to have an opinion on you no matter what, either good or bad. Okay? And that helped me out a lot, because now I don't have to put on a mask. I can just say, you know what? Now, this can be hard if you are trying to have a job. Most monks, they don't have jobs because they can't sit there and put on a mask for the manager. They're not going to sit there and try to be nice. If they don't like you, they just don't like you. If they do like you, they actually do like you. And a lot of people, they can't do that. A lot of people, they have to put on this mask and put on this mask for this individual and that individual, and they never get to be themselves. They never even get to talk to themselves and understand themselves. You know, one thing about the Buddha is it teaches you how to live in the present moment. Okay. Now, in the present moment, the only thing that exists is you. All right. You're not thinking about the future, because that's going to bring the feeling of anxiety. And if you think about the past, it's going to bring depression, because a lot of people, we get stuck in the past and we get stuck on old ways, and we look at an individual and we say, oh man, you changed. Right. And you have to understand, in Buddha, you realize that people change every single day. When you meet a person, from a month from now, there will be a totally different individual in the slightest ways, but they have changed. And sometimes we get stuck on how we first met a person, until then we have them. Now we're like, oh, what happened? You changed. Of course they change. Everyone changes. Situations have occurred. Different mindsets, different situations, I guess I'm going to speak about a negative thing is since you have this mindset of you being your true authentic self and you're trying to reach enlightenment, which it only can truly come from you truly being yourself, is you will lose a lot of people inside your life. A lot of people won't like you. A lot of people will get away from you because now they feel insecure that you can just be yourself. Or it can be, since you're being yourself, you're being so honest that you may push them away. You can see if a person's being fake or not. You're going to see it because you know how it feels to truly be yourself. And you're going to see, no, this person is put on a mask. You may say something. You may offend a lot of people. A lot of people may not like you. A lot of, I say monks, they don't have jobs. They really just roam the world. That's what they just roam around. They don't try to fit in society norms and I say, like, you see a homeless monk, you may see him, and some people, now the monk, he may have a whole bunch of peace of mind. But then a person would drive by that say some rich guy, he would say, oh, he could be working a job. But a monk would say, that person is a slave to money. Because a lot of people don't understand is we have become slaves to pieces of paper that have faces on it. Okay? In a monk's, I'm not going to say monk, I'm saying a Buddhist mindset that is still a student, is I'm understanding that money is supposed to be used as a tool. You're not supposed to become a slave to it. All right? And a lot of people, they come to it, they have so many shackles on them. Let's say even the materialistic world. A lot of men and women, we put on these jewelries and we drive these nice cars with zero personality. Zero. A lot of guys out there, they still think if I get a nice car and I get a nice watch, some girl, she's want to have sex with me. That is not the case at all. That's not the case. Even during prostitution, if the prostitute don't like you, she won't even sleep with you. And it don't even matter about how much money you have because you make her feel uncomfortable. So it's not even about the money. It's about you understand that you, even as a Buddhist, I understand that I have to go deep within and I have to have a personality. Now, the personality that I have attracts certain individuals, But one thing that I understand is I'm going to attract some individuals and I'm going to push away individuals. Because a lot of people might not like what they feel. When you're with me, you're going to realize that I have a lot of discipline. I'm very focused. I am a good listener. I am a friendly guy. But I'm also a guy that if you get me angry, I'm fine with just dropping you off. I'm not a guy that's just going to sit there and just suck up to you and you disrespecting me. I'm not going to sit there and have that. I can leave. It can be a relationship. It can be a job. It can be your friend. It can be a family member. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm not going to say, oh, since we have this title now, you can disrespect me and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything. It's totally fine. We have this title. No, I don't care about titles. I never cared about titles. It's about how this individual is treating me at this very moment. And another thing is, what Buddhists is, sometimes we care, like, the I don't care level may be so high that, like, we forget about ourselves sometimes, even I used to have this problem where I would go like a month without a haircut because I don't care, but I had to realize, oh, Ernie, you have to care. I still have my discipline, but I wouldn't care about certain things that I should be caring about. Hygiene is key. Some Buddhists, they don't even care about hygiene. They don't even care. because they don't care about what other people think about them. You know, and Buddhists, like some people, well, me personally, is to you have to find the ultimate balance, and that's what it talks about as well. Is fine. You can't fully neglect it, but you're not supposed to overly care. You're supposed to find a balance, because sometimes if we overly care, a lot of anxiety comes into play. So it's supposed to find that balance within. You know, so everything runs smooth. You know, it's even like, let's say, guys, you're trying to talk to a chick. You're not supposed to overly pursue, and you're not supposed to totally not care. You're supposed to care a little bit, but not care excessively. You know, because that's how you get taken advantage of. You know? And a lot of people, I'm not even going to say a lot of people, right? I'm going to speak about myself, because the only person I can talk about is myself. Okay? I would say I'm going to speak about a negative, okay? One of the negatives of being a Buddha is you will begin to lose religious friends. Okay, you may be very cool with them, but since religious is this, it's usually religion and politics. Me as a Buddhist, I don't care about neither, you know? But I could be talking to a Catholic and I tell them, oh yeah, because as a Buddhist, I am atheist. I don't believe in worshiping a God. You be sitting there talking to them, and they will get offended that you don't. They will try to convert you over and over again, sitting and say how God is your savior, Jesus is your savior, and you will literally lose religious friends because you have to constantly. First, you're telling them that you don't even care, you know. And me personally, I used to tell religious people, look, whatever you believe in. Like, if I met people that believed in Allah, and I believed in people, I know people that believe in Christ. I would literally sit there and say, God bless you, or I would tell them whatever they believe in, just go full-fledged in it, but they would try to convert you, you know? And as a Buddhist, I don't try to convert anyone into being a Buddhist, because before I even became a Buddhist, I was an atheist for a very long time. And I realized that being an atheist can be hard at times. I know, like, it can be, because when you're an atheist, you realize there's nothing that's going to save you. It doesn't matter what you believe in, you know? And all you have is yourself. Like, some of the worst times is, like, for me, I remember one time that I thought I was going to die, right? That's when I truly stopped caring about other people, and I really started focusing on myself to a higher degree than usual, is when your own life is at risk. You don't care about no one else but saving your own life, you know? You can try to, of course, the scare tactic is praying to God, but at the end of the day, the only person that's going to get you out that situation is you. Or you can say a miracle has happened and a person came by and saved your life. And since you can't fathom how that happened, you're going to say God done saved you. You know? And, like, yeah, but anyways, so people, you will lose some religious friends, you know? But at the end of the day, it's all about you having a peace of mind. You know, you can't be friends with people that's not giving you peace of mind. You're going to realize that mental health is key. Buddhists have one of the best mental health, because they don't care about a lot of things. They don't sit there and care about what other people think about them or what they should be wearing, or they don't sit there and try to, even let's say a lot of Buddhist monks, they shave off their head because they don't care. You know, they don't sit there and try to look pretty for individuals. They dedicate their whole life of reaching enlightenment. You know, me personally, my version of enlightenment is I'm going to care about myself. You know, I'm not going to shave off my head, you know, is because I believe that there is a balance, you know, and I'm still stuck on bodily desires, you know, so that is still a flaw of mine, but right now, I still want the enjoyment of going out, having a good time. Now, I'm not a slave to my desires. I do have control over my desires. You know, let's say I haven't had no coochie in a while. I'm not going to go down I'm not gonna go find a prostitute and go have sex for a couple of hours just to fulfill that desire. If I don't have sex, oh well, I just don't have sex. You know? That's just what it is. I'm not gonna sit there and pay money for someone to get that urge out of me. I have enough self-control to say, you know what, it's totally fine. You know? Maybe this is for the best of me. And that is one thing about Buddha that you have to realize, that you have to have full belief in yourself and in your higher self, that everything is a benefit to you. You know, like, even like sometimes when I'm with a chick, right? And they be like, oh, I'm on my period. You know, they make up some bull stuff for why we're not having sex. I would tell myself, Ernie, maybe this is a sign that you should not have sex with this person. You know, or this isn't the right time. You know, maybe because it's so crazy because once I changed my mindset, right? Because I used to have a mindset where, I want to have sex with a chick on the first night, I would have sex with chicks, right? And really not get to know them, But once I changed my mind to Arnie, what about, you get to know this chick a little bit. Find out her history, find out who she is, Soon I find out who she is, I swear, once it changed, because first I didn't care about none of that. I didn't really care about her life. I just wanted to have sex with her. And I would have sex with her on the very first night when I didn't care about her past and stuff like that. But once I started sitting down with chicks, saying, before we do anything, let me get to know you a little bit. And she tell you about her traumas. She tell you about her ex and how her heart's broken. And she tell you all this sad stuff. And at the end, she said, oh, I'm on period. Then you realize, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have I should not have sex with you. You start to realize, because it's going to be an energy transfer, and you was about to take all of that. All that trauma, all that pain that she has, you was about to take that. So when you have control over yourself, you will realize certain situations you shouldn't even be in. But you have to trust situations. You have to change up different things. When you apply discipline in your life, you're going to realize you start to instead of you engaging, you sit there for a little bit and think. Instead of fully just going off your instincts, going off your hormones, and oh man, I don't want to get to know this person. I just want to have sex with them because they look good. No, get to know a person. And another thing about enlightenment is for me personally, it's truly the thing that's truly going to save you from this world. Like me, it doesn't matter what I wear, I will always have myself. It doesn't matter who's in my life, I have myself. And I'm going to make sure I'm good no matter what. Like, a watch doesn't make me. A car doesn't make me. The amount of money I have in my bank account does not make me. Because it's like this, right? Let's talk about money real fast. That's like the biggest thing that people become slaves to is people can just know how to make money. That's it. Like, that's just a skill. They just know how to make money. That doesn't make them a nice individual. Like me personally, I'm a very giving individual. If I see a homeless guy, I have a couple dollars, I give him a couple dollars. If I see an old lady, I may hold a door for her. A person that only cares about money, they don't care about nothing else but having numbers on a screen that does not follow you after death. You can't go to God and say, you know what, God, I made over $1 billion. God's going to say, what's money? If you believe in God, what is money? Oh, no, it's this currency. It's this American currency that I have. I have 1 billion of it. God is going to sit there and may look at you and say, what else did you do in life besides chase that? That's it? Or that just say, all you did was chase coochie all day. So, I slept over man, I'm the man. I slept over 100,000 chicks. God may just look at you and say, what else did you do besides that? Oh man, I'm the man though. I got, I'm having sex with a whole bunch of chicks. I got this chain on and, that's all you did. You chased coochie and you got a chain on you That's saying you got some followers on Instagram. Where is your purpose? What is the roots? What is root that, like, do people care about you? Like, if you was to be sick, see this is another thing that done changed my whole thing about Buddhists, is when you actually slow down and actually try to get a deeper connection with people, because you're no longer on a surface level anymore. You go a little bit deeper with individuals. If you was to get sick, who would come to the hospital to make sure that you're okay? Who? If you only care about money, people are only going to talk to you if it's about money. They don't care about your health. They don't care if you get sick. You know, if you're in a hospital, no one's coming for you. If you only just want to have sex with chicks just to say that you the man, promise you, when you get sick and you're at the doctor's, that chick isn't going to be there. Or that guy. They're not going to be there. They're going to say, hey, why you not texting my phone? You're like, oh, I'm in the hospital. They're like, are you okay? You're going to say, yeah. They're like, oh, okay. And they're going to go on with their day. You know, they're, because you don't understand that to become a student of the Buddha, you have to know that you have to come down to the root of yourself. Sometimes we just care about the flowers, you know, the stuff that looks pretty. The Buddhists, we look towards the root of things. You know, we try to find a deeper meaning to things and put ourselves in position to make ourselves as strong as possible, like a tree. The strongest part of the tree is not the leaves, it's the roots. That's the strongest thing. That's the thing that's getting the nutrients. It's making sure it is clamped down to the ground. You know? That's what makes a tree a tree. It's truly the roots. You know? And you knowing what's important and what's not important. A lot of people, we put our focus to things that truly do not matter. Right? Before I go, I'm going to give you this quick one. Right? I'm with this chick. And I was telling her about, I think we was talking about, I was asking, do she think prison is okay? Blase. And I was telling her, I'm like, you know, I think you should look up conquerors, because conquerors will tell you, the mindset of a conqueror will tell you a lot about the history of life, you know? And I was basically telling her, it was that, and I was telling, you know, I truly believe that humans, we're not in control of this. Something has control over us. I don't believe that we're the smartest creatures out, you know? And I just started going, I didn't really go into super detail, but I was just basically saying stuff like that. And she was like, oh, well, she's like, you know, you're just talking man slang or whatever, some bullshit she said. And she was like, you know, what I'm saying is I'm basing facts. I'm like, well, what is a fact? No, you know, the books I read and this and that. I'm like, well, you just have an opinion on things. I'm like, a book is someone that wrote something down and all you did was just agree with it. That doesn't make it right and it doesn't make it wrong. And at the end of the day, we're just having a conversation. It doesn't matter what you say for in my mind, because it's so funny when I talk to people and they get angry. First, I try to completely tell them that this is just a conversation. It's not that deep. You know, that's number one. And number two is to explain to people that this idea that you have was programmed to you. You know, you didn't make up this idea, and whatever you think is a fact is truly a controlled narrative. Right? And as a Buddhist, I don't really argue with anyone. That's something I just don't do. If you think you're right, you're right. You know, that's just it. I'm not going to sit there and try to argue with you and say that my opinion is right. As a Buddhist, I really don't care. You know, because once you begin arguing, you put on a mask and you're trying to defend things. Right? I'm not, like, if people was telling me I'm going to hell because I'm an atheist and I'm a Buddhist, I'm going to literally say, well, that's just your belief. That's it. I'm not going to sit there and argue with them on why I believe that I'm not, and believe this and that. You know, I'm not going to try to defend it. Because, look, that's all propaganda. Like I said, if you know about conquer, it's all about divide and conquer. That's all it's about. So we sit there, we argue about nonsense that truly doesn't even matter. We all have an opinions. None of us are right. We're not the smartest things on the planet. You know, we barely surpassed the monkey. You know, and we think humans, we know everything. We don't know nothing. True. That's the one thing that I can tell you that you will learn in Buddhism. You will realize that you know nothing. Nothing. Anything that I'm saying is literally just a thought that just came inside my head that I believe that's true. That's it. You know, I may be wrong. You know, but at the end of the day, I'm not finna suffer over it though. I'm not. I'm not gonna sit there and say this is right and this is wrong. That brings a headache. Buddhists, man, we don't even care. You know, like, we just want peace of mind and just go on with our day. That's all we want. You know? But that is, but that's all I have to say for today. I may continue to talk about the Buddhist mindset because it's so much that goes into it. But whatever you believe in, you're right. You know? I'm going to give you this gem. Whatever thought enters your mind, leads your mind. And whatever leads your mind, guides your mind. Right? So a thought comes inside it, it leads it, and it guides it. And now that's going to be your reality. All right? So stay blessed and enjoy your life.